Hi, this is Kaiser from Ad Hominem, and you're listening to Metal Detector.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Metal Detector. Today we have a special guest, a very special guest. Since 1998, he has been leading one of the most underground and radical projects in black metal. With a brand new album, Totalitarian Black Metal, and a tour in South America coming soon, we're honored to have you with us, the mastermind Ad Hominem. Welcome, Kaiser, with us to Metal Detector. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks, Andrea.
Awesome. Okay, I usually like to start with a little background, but let's keep the formality and get straightforward to it. So, my first question is going to be what inspired the concept behind totalitarian black metal?
Oh well, pretty big question. The thing is, most people don't know that I use the totalitarian black metal mention on the first album. It was just a caption inside the city, and I've been off from the scene for quite many years, and just wanted to strike back with an explicit album title. And I just believe that it was fitting this comeback, just to explain and show what Ad hominem is. So that's just it. Just it. This is the kind of yeah. The thing is that the totalitarian black metal mention was already used in the first album, Planet Zork, the end. It was in the city, and to me, it was just defining the band's music. So I believe that using this mention as a title would be fitting the return of Ad hominem, since I have been off the scene for 7 or 8 years. So it was just a strong saying, a strong mention, just to say Ad hominem is without any compromise, and just totalitarian black metal music, in the way it is on the music side, on the lyrical side. It's just like a face in the face. So that's it.
All right. In your lyrics, how do you choose which topics or themes to explore?
Well, from the beginning, I have founded the band and lyrics on my despise for the human. I mean, mainly in humanity and the bad sides of it. So I mainly pick the negativity of everything I hate and I despise, and put them back in the lyrics, which have no boundaries, because I mean, I'm a I'm a free man, and black metal should be free music without any limits. And that's it. I every time exploring the most extreme contents. Um, May people like it or not. So that's
All right. In the song Gas Mask Devastation, what message are you trying to deliver?
oh some I guess some lyrics are made for spreading an idea, a concept. Um, so the message is just brutality, violence, and annihilation, and one just doesn't have to think or try to understand. And it's more like you get the title and the lyrics, if you can understand them, just the way you want. You can interpret it, and it is very personal. So I guess just like someone who will write a poem or any kind of lyrics, or it's just personal thing, and you know everyone can interpret it in a way or another. So it's up to you.
Yeah. And how's the creative process step by step? Do you write music first or lyrics first?
It depends. Most of the time, I start with composing music, but at the same time, I may have a couple of ideas. Just titles popping at my head, and yeah. Now there's no rule. Once again, I guess sometimes I have a title in mind, and I will compose a song which would fit the title and lyrics. But most of the time, I'm doing the music, then trying to find suitable titles. So yeah, mainly this, but there's no rule. It can happen in both sides.
Got it. And what differences have you noticed between the French metal scene and scenes in other communities you played?
I don't know. Look, I'm not so much into the scene. I'm not so following everything that is happening. So talking about a scene is kind of restricted, I guess, because it's like putting every band in the same pot, and I don't believe it's a good thing. I know people like to say, yeah, the French scene, the Finnish scene, the Swedish scene. I I, I couldn't say once again. Uh, there's no scene. I mean, there are bands. Uh, Even talking about the black metal scene is restricted because some bands are playing like true black metal. Some other consider themselves so well. The French scene, the French bands are different from each other. So I wouldn't link at least Ad Hominem or other band to each other. We are just like different elements doing our own stuff, and that's it. If people like to talk about a scene, okay, good for them. But I'm not so much into caring of where this band is or whatever.
In the title, Arbeitsmachttat uses provocative historical references in your lyrics. What's the intent behind it?
The interest behind it, the provocation. The provocation is part of black metal, is part of Ad Hominem. Black metal without any provocation is just music, classic music, boring music. If you have something extreme to deliver as the music, the lyrics have to be extreme as well. As I always say, talking about the night and the woods and the moon doesn't have anything extreme or provocative. So yeah, referring to historical events, in mainly talking about war and religion and genocides, it is part of black metal. Metal is about death mainly. Some would say Satan, some would say something else, but it has to be extreme. The music is extreme, so it has to provoke. It has to do something to people. The intent is just that black metal has to be provocative. It's an extreme music with an extreme sound. So I couldn't just write basic or dark lyrics. It has to be provocative. It has to be moving people, and historical references are always related to humanity, and then Ad Hominem is about humanity. So may take, I mean, yeah.
So I was asking you, have you faced censorship or backlash during shows, and how do you respond?
Oh well, doing show with Ad Hominem is like a mission impossible. We are banned. I mean, we are not banned, but we are boycotted in many countries. There's still a couple of countries, at least in Europe. I'm speaking about Europe, but mainly Italy, Finland, also maybe Czech Republic are quite okay, but and even in the eastern countries, it should be okay now. The thing is that in most of the uh, Western countries, there is still a huge boycott from people who should get a life and have a hobby, a passion, or something, and who are just here to piss the bands off and to prevent the events to happen just because you say this or that and they got offended and you're a bad guy and whatever, any kind of shit. So playing live is quite tough, but on the other hand, it's a good point, I guess, because once again, black metal shouldn't be a music for everyone. And if the gigs have to be private and secret, well, I don't mind. This is underground music for underground people. If you disagree with the music or the lyrics, you just don't go. But stay away and do your own stuff, get a life. That's it. I won't go to some uh, events, concerts, conference, or anything I dislike. I will not boycott it because I don't have any interest for it. You are free, do whatever you want, say whatever you want. If I agree, that's good. If I disagree, that's good too. So keep going, get a life. But so far, it just doesn't work. So we're trying to play live every time we can. And I have much respect for the promoters and people who make those gigs happen because it's a huge pressure, a huge organization. So, thanks for that. And I hope we'll be able to go on stage for many years, maybe.
How do you decide which musicians to work with you for live shows or recordings?
As you may know, I've been living in Italy quite a while ago now. It was back in 2008 to 2010. And I started a lineup over there. The lineup evolved. Some quit the band, some other joined. Well, I'm still working with the Italian guys because I have, the root of the band over there, and I mean at least the root of the session members. And obviously, I need skilled musicians, and with no pressure regarding the once again the image of the band, or that may happen around it, or the problems that it may occur. But yeah, mainly skills, playing sharp and being like 100% behind the band and the project. That's pretty important. And besides music, it's like a life experience because you have to travel together. We are not professional. This is a second activity, so we have to get along, and it's just not a job, not a work. So there's some kind of friendship, and we have to enjoy what we do. And if people don't do, they just have to pass. And so just like classic bands, there are many important elements, like the music, like the people, and be able to play. That's it. The main thing.
Okay. I would like you, if you can share more details about your upcoming South American tour.
Well, so far we have 4 booked dates, which would be 2 in Colombia, Bogota and Medellin, 1 in Quito, Ecuador, and 1 in Santiago de Chile.
There might be some other one, but nothing is certain now. So yeah, that's it. I'm looking for this tour, and I guess people in South America are waiting for us as well, since we've never been there. We've been to Brazil, Mexico, which is northern, but never been to those countries. So I guess there would be, yeah, um, an audience with the will of seeing us on stage. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. As a Colombian fan, I'm so excited that this is your first time performing in Colombia. What do you know about the local scene and what are your expectations for the show?
I'm in touch with a couple of Colombian people, and everyone told me this is gonna be crazy. You're gonna dig it. So yeah, I'm expecting for crazy people. I mean, maybe crazy or not, we just go and play, and that's it. I know there are many gigs in your country. It's when I see all the concerts, it's brainwashing because sometimes I say like you have one concert every day almost, during the week. In Europe, it's like you're waiting for a gig, and so it's pretty good for you, and it's amazing that the scene is going that well over there. Sadly, I would like to hear more bands coming from those countries. I mean, there are many, but once again, maybe I'm not into that scene enough to to catch those bands. But let's see how it goes. Just eager for this experience, and that's it.
Okay, awesome. Um, we'll see. I think it's still
Yeah,
recording. Yes. Okay.
seems to be okay now.
Okay. Um, I was telling you that I'm looking forward to see if you guys are playing soon on North America or you guys have any plans to play here.
In North America, no, not so far. I've been in touch with a couple of promoters over there, but I know, for instance, in the US, it depends on the states. I know the situation is quite complicated, especially now. Traveling to the US and Canada to play is like, you have to pay, I don't know how much to get there with the instruments. There are many taxes. I don't know exactly, but I know it's pretty tough. And I've been in touch with some promoter in Mexico, but so far nothing happened. So no, at the moment there is strictly nothing to expect. So maybe next year let's hope for something over there.
Okay, awesome. All right. And if you don't mind, I have one last question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Is there any books that have inspired your lyrics or to your approach to music? Any book that you would like to recommend?
Oh, well. Let's say the maybe Nietzschean books, which has been inspiring to me in my way of thinking, in my visions. But once again, mm, the whole project is based on my feelings to humanity, so it's mm, pretty spontaneous. I'm more into using historical references or just uh, looking around, see what's happening, and getting inspired by the whole mankind. But yeah, side projects in which I was using books as the references, such as once again Nietzsche or Baudelaire. But no, when it comes to Ad hominem, it's more like physical, and I mean, from the guts.
Got it.
So, you know, straight to the point, and you know, just based on the emotions. That's it.
All right. All right, Kaiser, thank you so much for having this time with us, even though the internet connection and the technology is not helping at all. We're trying to edit this interview and
Yeah, we made it anyway.
to make it work.
Thanks.
So
Yeah, thanks for you.
thank you so much, and looking forward to see more of your shows, more of your festivals in Europe, and see you around.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And if you need to keep in touch or, you know, updated, just follow the page. Everything that will happen will be, you know, posted on the Facebook page. So you got it.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you.